Hi, I'm Robin Tunney, and welcome to Unscripted. I'm here with Scott Wilson, and I'm going to ask him some questions of my own, and also some questions of yours. But I'm going to start with the first question. What do you think that studio films can learn from the indie process, and what do you think indies can learn from the studio process?
More importantly is what can I learn from the process? That's a different stroke. The larger films, there's something to get from it, but they're painted in broader strokes and trying to reach the widest possible audience.
But you can get a swimming pool.
Well, you get a swimming pool.
In the ground. I mean, with independent film, you get like a baby pool that you put beer in during parties.
Well, maybe you'll get a little piece of the back end on the little one. It'll go over and you can buy a house with the pool. Let me ask you a question though, about Open Window. What was the toughest scene for you to play in the film?
It was the actual rape.
The actual rape.
Yeah. And we had to reshoot it because it was soft. And it was like the one scene you're like, oh no. And I was really getting clocked. Yeah. And it's really strange. I mean, I haven't, and I also have never done this much nudity in a film as I did in this. And there was something really weird about getting beaten up without having pants on. It was pretty awful. So, how did Mia Goldman, the director, get you to do this? I mean, you've been in legendary movies. She calls you up. She's got no money to offer you. How'd she get you in this?
Well, they were going to give me a hamburger.
Yeah. They've been promising you that hamburger for like a year and a half.
Right.
And you smoke a lot of weed?
Well, a little.
You're smoking weed in this movie?
Yeah, well, a little bit. Yeah.
It's great because Joel's character really seems like the paternal one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's always the one who's like fathering you, which I thought was really
that's
great.
Terrific. And you guys worked so well together.
Oh yeah, he was great. Yeah. Joel's such a great actor.
What was the most memorable moment for you in the film?
I always, when people ask you things like most memorable and all that stuff, I always feel stressed like I should make something up. Like, I remember when I did The Craft, like, I had to do all this BS stuff about, like, you know, ghosts were on the set or whatever for a soundbite. Because it's like making sandwiches movies. You know what I mean? It's like, you go in, you're in the hair and makeup trailer, you got, you know, it's not that flashy or memorable. I mean, I think the most enjoyable thing has been sort of giving the film away and having people see it. I mean, Mia, the writer-director, she worked on this for 10 years. The fact that we're here and the film's getting seen is just, I mean, it feels like a miracle. There were times because, I mean, it's funny because Mia is the most composed class act. And I remember it got to the point where, like, we were like, this movie is not going to get made. It was the only time I ever heard her curse. She'd be like, they passed on it, those effers. So yeah, I think the fact that people are seeing it, you know, that's why Sundance is amazing, because it gives independent film a platform. And, you know, I don't know where American independent film would be without it.
Let me ask you, how did you like working with my good friend Elliot Gould?
He was great, and he's been around the block. He's got stories. He's Elliot Gould. I remember when I was a little girl, I think I told him this. When I was a little girl, my dad would have Playboy, and he'd keep it in the top shelf of his drawer, and it was this thing of like, you never go in your dad's top drawer. So of course, whenever he left the house, I'd go in the top drawer to get the Playboys out. And Elliot Gould was in Playboy. There was an article about him. He was like a huge sex symbol, and it was like a shot of Elliot with his shirt open. And I think I did tell Elliot that when I was a little girl, I remember looking in Playboy, and it was all about Elliot. Have you ever been in Playboy?
I don't think no, I don't fit that profile.
Really? Yeah, it's funny because there are all these women's magazines that they always try to get you to do, like, Maximum stuff, and, like, my big joke is, like, it's Penthouse or nothing. It's kind of the same thing. So I want to ask you a question. What's the film you're most proud of that you've done?
I did a film in Poland in 1984. That stands out. It was a unique experience during the communist regime before the Iron Curtain fell.
What was the film called?
It was called A Year of the Quiet Sun. We won the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival.
How bad was the craft service on that film in Poland?
On that film, there was no craft service.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, the first day on the job, it was wintertime, cold. I noticed that there was no lunch break, and the crew wasn't eating. There was no food. So I said to the director, Krzysztof Zanussi, the brilliant Krzysztof Zanussi, I said, where's the hot meal for the crew? And he said, well, there is no meal break for the crew. And I said, this is crazy. This is wintertime. So he went to the Central Committee, because it was during the communist regime. He went to the Central Committee and said, the crazy American won't work unless there's a hot meal for the crew
Would
every
they just
day.
drink vodka all day? And what did they do? It's like
Well,
Sundance?
I guess they'd bring some Polish sausage or something.
Exactly, have a sausage.
But that was, everything was rationed then. So from that point forward, there was a hot meal for the crew.
Oh, you know, I'm going to talk about the 3 things that I love about
Good.
film. I've been wanting to get this off my chest for a while, what I love about film. Okay, the 3 things I love about film are the escape, just going to the movies, checking out, opening up. I love that. And I love to go to a movie and feel something. And I also love to go to a movie and laugh. When something cracks me up, it's the best. What are your 3 favorite things about movies?
What I love about movies is I feel like I'm a kid at the circus. And I particularly like night shooting, when they're painting the skies with all kinds of different shades.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like being, you know, it's like a 3-ring circus. You've got the tightrope walking, you've got the lion tamers, you've got the clowns coming out. I mean,
They are like carny folk.
like carny folks.
Movie,
I mean,
yeah.
it's like great. Like, look at these people. They're
They're like carnies, yeah.
They're part of the circus. We're all part of the circus, and I guess we're in one of the rings right now. But it's great. I love it.
So I have to say thank you to Movie Phone. Do people do that voice over? Hello and welcome to Movie Phone. Who does that voice? The Movie Phone dude. Oh, thank you to Movie Phone.
Thank you to Movie Phone.
Yeah. See Open Window if you have an opportunity.
Bye. Thank you.